Hello guys, this is Doron's Movies, and today I'll be giving you the lore of Kul Tiras, covering the creation, history, and the recent events. So without further ado, let's get into the lore. 2700 years ago, after the humans united under the Arathi and defeated the Amani trolls, the nation slowly began to split. Many new outposts and later on kingdoms would be created, leading to the dispersion of the humans all over the continent. One of these humans were sailors that had previously left Gilneas, eventually stumbling onto an island rich in metal ores and minerals. Seeing the massive potential, the sailors founded a maritime outpost by the name of Kul Tiras. Due to the richness of it, it would soon become a very powerful city-state with a thriving economy based on fishing and exports of the native materials. In order to facilitate this trade, fleets of merchant vessels as well as protector ships were built, soon turning Kul Tiras into a serious ruler of the seas. They traded with the other human kingdoms, dwarves, and even the elves, all which in turn made the city-state more and more powerful. As they were essentially in the middle of the continent, they would become a trading hub between the south and the north, especially Stormwind and the other northern kingdoms. Recently, when the orcish threat had emerged, the leader of Kul Tiras, Lord Admiral Daelin Proudmoore, was called and accepted to join the Alliance. He was granted the title of the Grand Admiral of the Alliance Navy, which was only fitting seeing that the navy of Kul Tiras was the strongest of all of the kingdoms for a reason. It wasn't long until the fleets were led into the battle against the orcish invaders, but as previously the Kul Tiras mainly dealt with protecting merchant ships and pirates, they had tough luck with the orcs. The Horde was very well aware of the naval superiority, so they sent enslaved red dragons to attack, which caught Proudmoore completely off guard, and he had no means to fight back. However, in a later attack when the fleet was supported by the Wildhammer Griffin Riders, they had obliterated the Horde navy. When the war had ended and the alliance fell apart, Kul Tiras was one of the nations that had remained an ally with King Terenas Menethil. Unfortunately, the next war would not be so straightforward. The attack of the enemy would not come from the seas, but instead from within. The curse of Undeath led to the destruction of Lordran, and soon enough Kul Tiras was left completely isolated. Medivh had convinced the daughter of the Grand Admiral, Jaina, to lead the refugees of Lordran to the western continent of Kalimdor. This expedition consisted of many survivors from the various kingdoms as well as some of the best Kul Tiras soldiers. There, they helped defeat the Burning Legion at Mount Hyjal together with the help of the new horde led by Thrall. Subsequently, she decided to stay in Kalimdor, founding the Theramore Island, an indirect extension of Kul Tiras. A few months later, Daelin Proudmoore, worried about his daughter, sailed west to search for Jaina with a sizable fleet. They were completely confused when they realized that she was allied with the orcs. The Grand Admiral's history with the orcs and the loss of his son and all of the battles made him see the orcs as nothing but enemies, and he attacked them relentlessly. Kul Tiras forces pressured the Dark Spirit trolls on the Echo Isles while also raiding the coast of Durotar. As Jaina could not convince her father to stop, she was forced to kill him together with Thrall. Theramore was besieged, Admiral Daelin killed, but the city was left intact as Thrall understood the situation. Seemingly for the Horde the threat was over, but later on a second wave of Kul Tiras Marines had established themselves in Durotar in Tiragard Keep, continuing the battle against the Horde for years. But when the shattering happened, the keep was destroyed and the expedition finally brought to a halt. Not much is known about Kul Tiras, but there is no doubt that the departure of Jaina and the expeditions of the Grand Admiral had severely weakened the island nation and their once powerful navy. They had resorted to solitude, but as we find out in the new expansion, the Battle for Azeroth, Kul Tiras once again plays a role. The Alliance is asking for the help of their navy once again, but Kul Tiras, having gone through so much, no longer trust the Alliance so blindly. Nevertheless, at least we know that they still exist, now led by the mother of Jaina, Queen Daelin Proudmoore. We will have to wait and see how the story develops, but Kul Tiras, just like Gilneas, might be one of the kingdoms to return back into the fold of the Alliance. Alright, and that is all I have for this video. Do leave your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps out and keeps all the content going. Thanks a lot for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and see you next time.